Hi, my name is May, and I'm very excited to share our recommendations for AT&T today. Our team was asked, what new innovative use cases can AT&T create to support the monetization of its wireless assets? To answer that question, we have conducted a research of 5G capabilities, identified AT&T's competitive advantage, and selected a use case that will monetize those quick capabilities. During our presentation, we'll walk you through our findings, share our recommendations, and provide a plan to implement those recommendations. 5G is the fifth generation of cellular technology, and it represents a quantum leap in mobile network capabilities with a myriad of use cases. 5G enables technologies such as AI, IoT, and extended reality, opening doors to a diverse array of innovative use cases. Our team also found that 5G is an evolving technology, and each year brings new innovation that brings about new use cases. In the course of our research, we found that not all 5G is the same. There are several factors that can differentiate one 5G network from another. Some key aspects that can vary are frequency bands, speed and performance, coverage, deployment strategy, and infrastructure. Finally, our team looked at key industry trends, and we found that 5G is expected to drive the growth of IoT at an annual rate of 26% and the cloud computing at an annual rate of 20% over the next decade. And now, my teammate Rihanna will share our team's approach to selecting a use case.
Thanks, Mai. With these trends and capabilities in mind, our team developed a set of criteria for our use case recommendation. Our first criteria was that the use case must have a high potential for profitability. Second, we challenged ourselves to identify a use case that would create positive social and environmental impact. And third, we searched for use cases that would leverage AT&T's competitive advantage so that competitors couldn't easily replicate our idea. We researched AT&T's competitive advantage in relation to 5G and found that the company was connecting its 5G towers and radios to its extensive fiber network wherever possible, giving its wireless users the best possible pathway back to the internet. This strategy, coupled with its innovative satellite connectivity, offers AT&T customers high-quality coverage, enabling a differential advantage. We also found that AT&T has large R&D investments, advanced engineering, specialized network services, industry-leading expertise in IoT, and edge zones in cities across the U.S., which allows businesses to develop cloud-based software that runs on localized networks to minimize latency. As we considered use cases, we contemplated our potential end users and their greatest pain points. Our research converged on a simple question: could 5G play a role in addressing climate change, the greatest challenge of our time? We dug into that question and found that 5G enables energy efficiency in a myriad of ways, including facilitating smart cities, smart farming, smart transportation, and more. However, one of the most critical and missing pieces of the climate change solution is measurement. And as business legend Peter Drucker says, you can't manage what you can't measure. The need for high-quality carbon accounting is not only driven by organizations hoping to limit climate change, but also those facing increased regulation and compliance standards, those facing pressures from consumers and activists, and those seeking to attract favorable investments by reporting on ESG measures. Currently, organizations use manual data collection and spreadsheets to measure carbon emissions. Manual measurement is challenging because data is often stranded in silos. It is also inconsistent, unreliable, expensive, and labor-intensive, especially for complex global organizations that report to multiple frameworks. When considering a use case with the greatest potential to tackle climate change, leverage AT&T's corporate advantages, and generate profit, we determined that the optimal solution would be utilizing 5G and IoT to propel carbon accounting. Carbon accounting is a framework of methods to measure and track how much greenhouse gas an organization emits. Carbon accounting is a foundational tool required to address climate change. It is used by corporations, cities, and other groups to reap financial savings, achieve compliance standards, and realize environmental gains. This use case enables AT&T to accelerate the world's journey to net zero emissions, aligns with AT&T's existing social responsibility initiatives, and leverages its 5G engineering capabilities and IoT experience. Now, my teammate Rabia will present our team's implementation plan.
Thanks, Rihanna. Leveraging its 5G network resources and infrastructure, AT&T can collect data from numerous sources like IoT devices, sensors, and smart meters, allowing seamless integration for carbon emissions tracking. 5G's low latency and high data speeds capabilities will be vital for efficiently handling large volumes of emissions data and generating actionable insights for businesses to effectively manage and reduce their carbon footprint. Furthermore, by utilizing 5G's network slicing feature, AT&T can create dedicated virtual networks optimized for carbon emission tracking. This will ensure efficient resource allocation and meets the specific requirements for tracking platforms. Our team recommends targeting carbon accounting platform providers that service large businesses, especially manufacturers, energy and utilities, shipping and automotive companies, municipality, and federal governments. Our use case offers extensive social, environmental, and organizational benefits. First, it improves the health and safety of communities. Second, it also supports the reduction of carbon emissions with the potential to track wastewater and water consumption. Our use case will also improve supply chain transparency and emergency preparedness. Improved measurement will also help organizations develop decarbonization strategies and achieve carbon neutrality. Finally, this use case can improve AT&T's brand image, help the organization attract and retain top talent, and win investments. We will use one of the three pricing models depending on the size of the platform provider. For the smallest organizations, we utilize a tiered pricing model. This pricing model will offer different pricing tiers based on the size of the organization, the scale of their operations, and the scope of emissions they need to track. Also, the features and benefits included in the service. For mid-sized organizations, we'd use a performance-based pricing model. The performance-based pricing model cost of service will be linked to the reduction in carbon emissions achieved by the customer. This can be a percentage of the emissions reduction or a fixed amount per ton of CO2 saved. And for the largest organizations, we'd use a customized pricing model. The customized pricing model will be offered for larger clients or businesses with specific needs, tailoring the price based on the extent of integration required, the level of support provided, and the complexity of tracking requirements. Our team identified potential risks for this use case. We found that the greatest risks are the possibility of an economic downturn and changes in political priorities. We've also identified ways to mitigate these risks mentioned here. Now, my fellow team member Maria will share our team's financial analysis.
Thanks, Rabia. Our team researched the global carbon accounting software market, and we found that it is projected to grow from $15.3 billion in 2023 to $64.4 billion by 2030. That is an annual growth rate of 22.8%. The U.S. carbon accounting software market is expected to have a serviceable obtainable market, or SAM, of $40 billion. We expect to provide services to 20 partners in the first year, with a projected average revenue of $50 million. Additionally, we expect to incur 30% in COGS to deliver the solution. Our projected gross margin of 70% should result in an EBITDA of $25 million after accounting for operating expenses or OPEX. Thank you for your time today. It was great sharing our presentation with you. Please invite us to the finals.